Poems of Meng Chiao. Sadness of the Gorges, 3rd of 10. Above the gorges, one thread of sky, cascades in the gorges twine 1,000 cords. High up, the slant of splintered sunlight, moonlight. Beneath, curbs to the wild heave of the waves. The shock of a gleam, and then another. In depths of shadow frozen for centuries. The rays between the gorges do not halt at noon, where the straits are perilous, more hungry spittle. Trees lock their roots in rooted coffins, and the twisted skeletons hang tilted upright. Branches weep as the frost perches, mournful cadences remote and clear. A spurned exile's shriveled guts scald and seethe in the water and fire he walks through. A lifetime's like a fine-spun thread. The road goes up by the rope at the edge. When he pours his libation of tears to the ghosts in the stream, the ghosts gather, a shimmer on the waves. An Excursion to the Dragon Pool Temple on Chung-nan by Meng Chiao. A place which the flying birds do not reach, a monastery set on the summit of Chung-nan. The water where the dragon dwells is always blue. The mountain since the rain lifted is fresher still. I came out on foot above the white sun, sit leaning over the brink of the clear brook. The soil is cold, the pines and cassias stunned. The rocks are steep, the path turns off course. When the evening chimes send off the departing guest, the notes I count drop from the farthest sky. Stopping on a journey at the Eastwater Pavilion at Chang by Meng Chiao. Colors of water and bamboo wash each other. Blue blossoms stir on the pillars of the porch. The wind which roams without design cleanses of passion's transient strife. In the fall of the frost, the leaves have a parched sound, chilled by the scene men's talk cools. Since I came to this abbey hermit's summons, for a while the dust weighs lightly on my cloak. On Mount Ching by Meng Chiao. Gadflies swarm on the weary horse. Streaming blood, it can go no further. The color of night rises on the road behind. Ahead, uphill, hear the tiger roar. In these times, the traveler's heart is a flag 100 feet high in the wind. Wanderer's Song by Meng Chiao. The thread in the hand of a kind mother is the coat on the wanderer's back. Before he left, she stitched it close, in secret fear that he would be slow to return. Who will say that the inch of grass in his heart is gratitude enough for all the sunshine of spring? Song of the Old Man of the Hills by Meng Chiao. I never go to the plains beneath the hills, only on the hillside plant my fields. The hatchet at my waist chops down the pines in the copse. The gourd in my hand draws water from the homestead spring. What do I care for the force of written words? Let no one heed the shifts of sun and moon. When the twisted tree at last shall be my body, then I shall begin to live out my natural span. Wandering on Mount Chung-nan by Meng Chiao. South Mountain stuffs all heaven and earth. Sun and moon grow up from its stones. The high peak at night holds back the sun. The deep vales are never bright by day. Natural for mountain people to grow straight. Where paths are steep the mind levels. A long wind drives the pines and cypresses, with a sound which sweeps the 1,000 hollows clean. Who comes here regrets that he ever studied, morning after morning, to be close to floating fame. Complaint of a Neglected Wife by Meng Chiao. My reproach is like the mottled bamboo, anguished roots twist beneath. Before the shoot was out of the ground, already it bore the scars of secret tears. Impromptu by Meng Chiao. Keep away from sharp swords. Don't go near a lovely woman. A sharp sword too close will wound your hand. Woman's beauty too close will wound your life. The danger of the road is not in the distance. 10 yards is far enough to break a wheel. The peril of love is not in loving too often. A single evening can leave its wound in the soul. Autumn Thoughts, 2 of 15, by Meng Chiao. 2. The face of the autumn moon freezes. Old and homeless, will and force are spent. The drip of the chill dew breaks off my dream. The cold wind harshly combs my bones. On the mat, the print of a sickly contour, writhing cares twist in my belly. Doubtful thoughts find nothing to lean on. I listen at the least stir and am disappointed. The wutung wilted, looming high, sounds and echoes like strings sadly plucked. 5. Wind and bamboos strum and speak to each other. Noises in the gloom of this secluded chamber. Phantoms crowd my dimmed hearing. Blurred sight strains to make things out. Dry rain of leaves drops on the note shang. Quilted for autumn, I lie under flimsy cloud. My sick bones have hacking edges. The poem shapes out of a dreary mumble. Meager and wrinkled, wilted as these, sinking manhood has followed the westward sun. Useless to call the spiraling wisp of a life, one strand in the web that heaven and earth weave. The Stones Where the Haft Rotted, by Meng Chiao. Less than a day in paradise, and 1,000 years have passed among men. While the pieces are still being laid on the board, all things have changed to emptiness. The woodman takes the road home. The haft of his axe has rotted in the wind. Nothing is what it is but the stone bridge, still spanning a rainbow cinnabar red.